Hello, and welcome to Chapter 5 in the Practice of Statistics, the 5th edition. Chapter 5 is about probability and what are the chances? Section 5.1 will take 2 days to go through, and we're going to look at randomness, probability, and simulation. The goals of this first lesson are simply just to be able to interpret probability as a long-run relative frequency. So we've talked about relative frequencies before. And then also to be able to use simulation to model chance behavior. So we'll look at several things other than our calculator as well to model some of that chance behavior. But we'll rely a lot on just our calculator to do the work that we need to do. So the idea of probability is that chance behavior is unpredictable in the short run. So again, in the short run, it is unpredictable, right? But has a regular and predictable pattern in the long run. Okay? So I always like to think about like flipping a coin. Okay? Probability dictates that you should get a heads 50% of the time. But in the short run, if I only flipped a coin 6 times, it's probably relatively likely to get 4 out of 6 heads, which is 67% of the time. So in the short run, those short predictions, it's unpredictable. But if I do it in the long run, if I flip a coin 1,000,000 times, I should get very, 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 very close to 500,000 heads and 500,000 tails. And that's kind of what we're witnessing in this diagram or this chart. So looking at the tosses of a coin down here on the bottom, and then the proportion of heads. So you can see on the first flip they got a heads. Then they didn't. That breaks now 1 out of 2, so that's 50%. And then the second one they did. So then that's the 67% they got heads. And then we can see as it goes on and on, what happens is that on the long run, and if we kind of squish this graph up a little bit, we go from 1 toss to 500. We can see that in the short run right here, in the short run, there's a little bit of unpredictability, a little bit of unstableness. But as we start to get further and further out in the number of tosses, as we get into the long run, it starts to level off at where that probability should be. Okay, and that's the law of large numbers. Okay, the law of large numbers says that if we observe more and more repetitions of any chance process, the proportion of times that a specific outcome occurs approaches a single value. So in other words, the law of large numbers says the more and more we do something, the closer and closer it gets to the true probability, the true proportion. Okay. And just as a recall from previous courses, probability is always a number between 0 and 1. A 0 probability of 0 would mean that never happens. And a probability of 1 would mean that it always happens. Okay? And again, always be somewhere in between. So if anybody ever says that the probability of this is 1.3, they are wrong, because probability has to be a number between 0 and 1. There are some myths about randomness, and this really affects sometimes people in sports, people that gamble on a regular basis. And there are some myths about that, about this chance behavior that we must address. Right? There's the myth of the short-run regularity. Right? The idea of probability is that randomness is predictable in the long run. Right? So our intuition tries to tell us random phenomena should also be predictable in the short run. However, probabilities not always allow us to make short-run predictions. So again, the coin flipping example is in the short run. Some people would say, well, if you flip a coin 6 times, you're going to get 3 heads. It's going to happen. And that is not always so predictable. They're going to say you're going to get 50% of your flips to be heads. But again, that's not true in the short run. Okay? And then there's the myth of law of averages. Okay? So probability tells us random behavior evens out in the long run. Future outcomes are not affected by past behavior. Okay? So that is, past outcomes do not influence the likelihood of individual outcomes occurring in the future. So here's kind of the gambler's mentality, where they say, well, geez, I've lost 10 games in a row, and I'm a good card player, and I win at least 3 times out of 10, so I've lost 10 times in a row. Well, now I'm guaranteed to win because I've lost this many times in a row. Because of the law of averages, I should win occasionally, and this should be coming up now. Or for that matter, like in sports, there's somebody that, in a basketball game, there may be, a 40% field goal shooter. They, the game will make 4 out of 10 shots. So they're out there shooting, and they make, or they're missing, 5, 6, 7 shots in a row. And then I think, no, well, give me the ball now because, the law of averages says I should start making them now. Well, that's not always the case either. Okay, so, just because, past outcomes have not been positive, that does not mean the next several outcomes are going to be better and going to be positive to even things out. That's not the case. Or like flipping a coin. If I flipped a coin and got 9 heads in a row, there's some people that believe, well, the 10th flip has got to be heads, or it's got to be heads if the first 9 were tails, because law of averages says it should even out to be 50%. Well, the 10th flip still has a probability of 50% to get a heads or a tails. It's not a guarantee, or it's not a higher probability just because of the previous outcomes. Okay, well, that's about it for the discussion here on the first day of Chapter 5. And you should be able to, at this point, do the first day's lesson and do numbers 1, 3, 7, 9, and 11. All right, and we'll see you in the next section on day 2 of 5.1. We'll talk a little about simulation.